how they got me. It shows that your username has been updated to, they said my last name and a bunch of random numbers.
Right.
I said, no, that's not mine. They was like, that's not your username? No, that's not my username. Okay, please. Oh, what's the correct username, sir? I gave these.
So basically, he gave them the real username, you know, one they called from a spoof number.
What's on YouTube, man? We back with another video. Appreciate y'all boys for 230 subscribers, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. We ain't finna waste too much time. We finna go and get into it. But this is how niggas be getting scammed. This is a video that I've been doing for a while. Appreciate y'all boys for 230 subscribers, man. But this the new scams that be going around, and this is the nigga who actually got scammed. I don't know for how much money, man, but it seems like these niggas like nowadays be smart as fuck. And I ain't did a scam video since Punchmade did. So we finna get into it, Ski.
Alright, so we're gonna hop on a call and I'm gonna let him explain exactly how we got scammed, and we're gonna break everything down so hopefully we can prevent one of you guys from falling victim to a scam like this. You know, the best way to prevent yourself from falling victim to a scammer is by staying up to date with the information, the latest methods that people are using to take advantage. We're gonna break everything down because this is a tricky method. This is a very tricky method that anyone can fall victim to if they're not knowledgeable on this methodology. So without further ado, let's jump right into this call.
This is a crazy story, and I gotta make sure that no detail is left unturned. It's a super embarrassing story. Man, listen, long story short, I'm gonna give y'all the methods on how I got scammed, how I fell for it. And I know people listening to this story, the first thing they gonna say is, bro, it couldn't have been me. But I'm gonna tell you, these boys are good.
Bro, first off, anybody who's saying that shit, who it couldn't be me, nigga, you don't know what the fuck niggas could call us. Your mom used the same voice and everything. Hey son, I need you to send me such. Oh, I'm using a different card this time. Oh yes, ma'am. Send about 50, 60, 70, $80. Oh son, I need 20 more for gas. You know you gonna do this, your mom. And that fast your whole damn paycheck down the drain. And guess what? They went in your mom talking the whole time. Come on now, anybody can get scammed. Don't laugh at this nigga because he got scammed. A lot of niggas be getting scammed. They don't even know they get scammed. Nigga be going to the bank. Oh, you got a $200 charge on your card, nigga. The fuck, nigga, I ain't been to Walmart in about 3 years. What the fuck you mean $200 charge from Walmart 3 days ago? Come on now, like you don't know what's. Come on now, any nigga can get scammed, bro.
25 credit cards. This particular card was my debit card. I lost it, was like, I'll find it eventually. Next thing I know, I'm at LA Fitness hooping. I get a text and it said, did you authorize this payment of $1,050? Text yes or no. I seen it and I knew it was the card that I lost. It was Delta Community Credit Union. I knew it was the card that I lost, and I said no. So then it said, we're gonna give you a call. So they called me, the automated message played, and they was asking me, did I make a purchase in Massachusetts? Ooh, I'm like, real, like, yo, that ain't me. So it's like, okay, cool, well, we're gonna go ahead and cancel your card out. Go ahead and immediately go into the bank and get a new card. Right. Simple. I was like, so did y'all catch it? They was like, yeah, we caught it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Nigga, I walk out. Less than 5 minutes later, I receive a call from the same number, bro.
They tried to get the nigga. That's the first mistake right there. That's because them niggas they smarter nowadays, bro. At first, them little old petty scams they used to be doing, them Yahoo boys and shit back in the day, they'll call you, hang up, and they'll call right back. Just like how these niggas doing that nowadays, they'll do it faster. That's how they get caught, because niggas be like, hold on, bro. The bank ain't gonna call me that fast. They gonna wait a little minute nowadays. I see what they doing. They gonna wait a little minute, then they gonna call you again. Man,
same number. And it said, hey, I don't remember the name, but let's just say, this is Devin. Hello, this is Devin from Delta Community Credit Union. We're calling you from the fraud department.
Hey, for all you guys that are wanting to do real estate, look, man, this is what it takes, ladies and gentlemen.
We just wanted to verify some information with you. Are we speaking with Mr. Jacoby? Boom, they said my last name. Yeah, that's me. Damn. All right, we just need to verify some information from you. Can you verify the last 4 of your social just to verify that we're speaking with? Mm-hmm. Oh, last 4 of my social. Boom. All right, we're also showing that it's been some fraudulent use on your account. It looks like someone's in Dallas, Texas, trying to make a payment at Walmart for $540.
Wow.
Damn.
So, nigga, you can imagine, I'm freaking out, right? So I'm like, hold on, wait. I just told the nigga on the line to cut my shit off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm tweaking, I'm like, no. I'm like, no, cut that off right now. Okay, sir, calm down, sir. Calm down. These niggas is good, bro. This is the key, bro. This is how they got me. It shows that your username has been updated to, they said my last name and a bunch of random numbers.
Right.
I said, no, that's not mine. They was like, that's not your username? No, that's not my username. Okay, please. Oh, what's the correct username, sir? I gave these.
So basically, he gave them the real username, you know, one they called from a spoof number, acting like they're an associate at the bank. Crazy, man. Let's keep going.
Because they understand, you know, I do marketing full time, right?
Yeah.
So I understand persuasion tactics, using mind judo to fuck with my head. And
yeah, because think about it, you mad. When you mad, like when you like, oh my God, like you in a rush to do something. Anytime you in a rush to do something, you fuck up. You always fuck up every single time you is, bro. I rush to get somebody like a hacker one of my PlayStation stuff. I rushed and gave it to him because I had to go take a shit. I rushed and gave the nigga my pen, right? And I went to use restroom. I come back to my game. He said, "Oh," because I kept logging into my account. He said, "Oh, bro, restart your PlayStation so the Fortnite skins can appear." Nigga, I got my whole account took. So that's why I say, man, anytime you rush to do something, bro, like out of fear of anything, you gon' like 9 times out of 10
instilling fear in me. Somebody trying to swipe right now. I was so scared I wasn't in my right mind of a nigga getting into my account. And here's the persuasion that they did. Like, one of the laws of persuasion is authority, right? We normally, when we see authority, we like, okay, there go 12. Let me put both hands on the steering wheel. So this is what the nigga said. He said, this is Devin, manager with fraud department. He didn't say he was a regular rep. He said, I'm the manager with fraud department. So while I was on the phone with him, I actually got another call from Delta again. And I said, hold on real quick. Delta was on the line. Oh, that's when he said it. I said, Delta's calling me on the other line. He said, don't worry about talking to them, sir. I'm the actual manager of the fraud department. That's what he said. He said, I'm the actual he said, I'm the manager of the fraud department. Don't worry.
So when them niggas actually to log into your account and take your account, since he the manager, you gonna think this nigga who you supposed to really be talking to, when in reality, them niggas trying to save you. But this nigga, bro, that's cold as hell. I thought them niggas be really doing, they really be taking
so
stuff.
So he made me feel comfortable. So they hit me with both persuasion tactics. They instilled fear in me. Then he basically established dominance and authority on the phone, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, I feel comfortable. So now, after I gave him my real password, I mean, not my real password, I gave him the username. Then he says, it also shows that your password has been updated to, and he used like my first letter initials, and he did some random numbers. Now, that sounds like something a scammer would do. So he was basically letting me know what the scammers were doing, but they weren't really doing it. So he said, did you update that to your password? I said, nah, that's not mine. Okay, we're going to reset that for you right now.
You wouldn't expect the scammers to say what they're doing. That shit crazy.
So go ahead and update it with your new password. What would you like your new password to be?
Wow.
Oh.
So they cold. They real good.
And gave him the password. He said, all right, and now we're going to send you a 6-digit PIN code. That's how they gained access. So the email was actually from Delta. It was a real email.
Yeah.
But when psychologically, again, they told me to give the code. So, you know, as a human being, I didn't read none of the email. All I did was look for the code. The email literally said, if this is not you trying to access your account, then don't do it. But here's the code if this is you. But all they said was, what's the code? So naturally, all I did was look for the numbers. Wow. And I gave him the numbers right there. And then he said, all right, we're going to go ahead and don't worry about this, Mr. He said my last name. I felt comfortable. Next thing I know, bands just getting sent out of my account.
Damn.
What if you could make a couple extra $1,000 a month using one little app on your phone?
God damn.
Sailed out, bands. I'm like, what the? In that moment, I wasn't even thinking about it. After this shit happened, I went to the bank. And at this time, I'm talking to the lady at the bank and I'm telling her the situation. I'm like, yo, I'm confused on how they got my number. And she's like, yo, we shut down the whole account. So we shut down everything. The next day, they called again because now everything was shut down. I wish I would have recorded it. So they called again from the 1-800 number. I answered the phone. Hey, Mr. This is something giving you a call from the fraud department. I said, yo, get off my phone with all the scam shit. This is what Delta told me. Delta said, I got an iPhone. Delta said, do you own a Samsung such and such, such and such? I said, no. We're showing that this is the real Delta. We're showing that your phone has been connected to Samsung Pay. Because when they got McDonald's, they went and got Chevron gas, they went to Walgreens without having having my 4-digit PIN.
I fucking hate scammers. That's why I hate scammers, bro. The niggas like they piss me off on a different degree because they wouldn't walk up to a nigga. Say for instance, they work in a drive-through. They wouldn't walk up to a nigga, take his card, and just walk off. Like, nah, them niggas, they wouldn't do that to a nigga. They wouldn't walk up to a nigga and take the money from him. They gonna do it online, cyberly, because they know you don't know the nigga, man. But if you really knew the nigga in real life, they would not do none of that, bro.
Code, just like Apple Pay, and use my shit at Walgreens, at Chevron, and at McDonald's. Niggas got a whole Travis Scott burger on my ass.
That nigga
Here's my quarter pounder. That is pickles, onions, ketchup, mustard, and bacon. Say Cactus Jack sent you.
Wow.
Next thing you know, your bank is calling you, and it's usually someone who does not have your fulls, right? They do not know your home address, they do not know your date of birth, they just have your name. So they'll simply ask you, are we speaking with, and they'll say your first and last name. And naturally, you'll say yes, that's me, because you're concerned about this wire transfer, right? You don't want any money being sent out of your account. And they'll say, we just need to verify some information very quickly, that way we know we're speaking with the right person. Please verify the last 4 of your social security number. Boom, you give it to them. Okay, thank you, sir. It appears as though someone is trying to make a transaction right now in Dallas, Texas at a Walmart. And now you're freaking out. But this is how they're about to get you, right? They'll say, hey, calm down, sir. You know, it appears as though your login credentials were updated as well. And they'll say something random that includes your name, right? So they'll say like your last name and then some numbers at the end, right? And you'll go, no, that's not my username. Okay, sir, what is your username? So he ended up giving these people his real username, his real login credential to his bank account, thinking this was someone from the bank, thinking that this was a real associate. Little did he know it was a scammer on a spoof number. Made him feel real comfortable as though he was speaking to the actual bank manager.
It's crazy as hell. It's just how this nigga just said that in the moment. If somebody called me, like if my bank was to call me and say that shit, I swear to God I would believe him. Just off how you sound. Swear to God.
It's called phishing with a PH, and it is a methodology that scammers use to obtain personal information from their victims, right? It's how they set up the play to get information. That way they can log into their victim's account, wire transfer themselves money, and then disappear without a trace.
Now, that sounds like something a scammer would do. Did you update that to your password? I said, nah, that's not mine. Okay, we're going to reset that for you right now. We're going to go ahead and update it with your new password. What would you like your new password to be?
Wow.
Gave him the password. He said, all right, and now we're going to send you a 6-digit PIN code. They told me to give the code. So naturally, all I did was look for the numbers. Wow. And I gave them the numbers right there.
So obviously, once they obtained that code, that's when they were able to, change his password. And that is the whole scam right there. That is how they were able to get his username first. Then they were able to send him that code. He gave him the code, comfortable enough to give him the code, and then they were able to change his password. Crazy method. You gotta be careful, guys. The best advice I can give anyone is if you ever get a call or text message from what appears to be your bank, never talk to these people, because your bank is never gonna call you for anything. They're never gonna send you a text message. If they do, simply just call them. That way you can, be sure that you're actually speaking to an associate, a real associate at the bank, and not a scammer. I even recommend doing everything in person, but especially with your bank, do everything in person. When it comes to my bank account, I don't do business over the phone. I like to go into the branch and speak to my banker. That way I can be 100% sure everything goes smoothly and I'm not about to get scammed. I even almost got scammed once, and I'll tell you guys the story really quickly. They almost got me good too. So what they did was, this is back when I was working for Goldman Sachs. And at the time I had sent over my resume to JP Morgan. I guess someone intercepted my resume or something, because 6 months later I ended up getting a phone call from what appeared to be JP Morgan. Little do I know, it was a scammer on the other end trying to get my social security number. So what they did was, I picked up, hello. They said, hey, Jack, hope you're having an amazing day. Just calling to follow up with you. We have an open position right now. Blah, 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 right? They're acting like they had a position open for me. So we get to the point in the conversation where, they asked me for my social security number, and I'm just like, hold on. I do not feel comfortable giving out this information over the phone call. Can I come in to the office and finish the hiring process? They start giving me the runaround, and he goes over how he's just an associate. So he has me over to the hiring manager, right? So now I'm on the phone with the hiring manager, blah, 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 same bullshit. And all I kept saying was, why can't I come in to finish the paperwork? Yeah. They wouldn't give me a legitimate answer that made sense.
That's something with me. If I can't come in person to finish the paperwork with you niggas trying to hire me, I'm not doing it over the phone. And every job I've ever applied for, I've did it over paper. I've gotten the paper to fill out every single time, and if I haven't, I've always went to their corporation on their emails to make sure it was them niggas to fill out everything, them I-9 forms, everything. I made sure all of it was legit before I even clicked on it, my nigga.
So I told them, they need to think carefully through their scam before they start trying to obtain social security numbers, and I hung up. Now, if this was the real JP Morgan, and they definitely would have let me schedule, you know, an interview to come into the office. But I don't know, it's just weird. Be careful out here, guys. You never want to share personal details over the phone because you could be talking to someone completely unrelated to who you think you're speaking with. Okay, it's 2023. We have scammers who are phone spoofing, all right? Spoofing, trying to get information, trying to obtain personal information from people, even down to, you know, trying to use artificial intelligence in some cases where they can essentially clone someone's voice to make it appear as though, you know, you're speaking with someone you know, right? So they can take an audio file clip of, you know, someone who you know, and they can use that audio file to clone their voice. That way, when they get on the phone with you, they can use artificial intelligence to make it sound like they are.
Man, what I just say about that mom thing at the beginning of the video? Oh yeah, honey, can you just send me $12? Okay, sorry, I need 50. Okay, sorry, I need 75. 100. 200. 300. And you gonna keep sending it because you think it's your mom, but in reality, it's the voice cloning that you
Are this person. So you must be very diligent when discussing personal matters, personal information over the phone. Never share banking credentials. That's obvious. Even with the banker, never share your login credentials. Keep everything financially secure within your life. Check your accounts daily, all your statements, and just make sure you don't see anything weird. Whole lot of scams out here. 2023, people are lazy, they don't want to work, they just want to scam and take from others. So you got to be careful, got to be diligent, you got to stay up to date with what is going on. So thank you guys for watching, hope you learned something. And
yes sir. But man, I hope y'all boys really did learn something from this video, man. Don't get scammed by niggas for real, man. And I ain't really got too much else to say for real. It's just about the end of the video. Y'all boys have a nice day. I hope y'all boys, man, enjoy the break. You know what I'm saying? Ski, because you know what I'm saying, we just hit 230. That's a big achievement, gang. We had boost, man. How we go from 112 just last month to 230 on the next one. Y'all boys, it's a blessing, man. We gonna go and get our child boys face. We ain't got too much to say. Don't get scammed by any of these scams. It's the latest scam that's going on, man. And yeah.